After all the hype, it's finally time for football. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and off we go on EA Sports. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll throw to get this one started. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and good for the first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. These two got it going on. 19 on that connection, and another first down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Play action now. It's Nix. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Let's give credit to that pass rush for making their presence felt. And although it didn't result in a sack, it's the disruption of the timing that's just enough to force that incompletion.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. He's going to get it to Okonkwo.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. A run up the middle, Spears. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. This is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
He fields it at the 8. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Mims sent in motion here. The first carry for the Spartans, Kenneth Walker. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Once again, it's Walker. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. In motion, it's Jackson. Back to throw, Young. That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett.
So what they're trying to do with this concept here, Mike, is they're trying to put layers into the defense. There's somebody attacking deep, there's somebody attacking intermediate, and then in this case, they force the ball to be thrown to the underneath check down, and they're able to keep them short and force 4th down.
And we won't see a return here. This is going to be marked down inside the 15. The man in motion is Burks. On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. This is caught down that right sideline. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go.
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Panthers have it. He works free, right side. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. And Greg, so frustrating for the receiver. With the catch, ready to gain some yards. Instead, it goes back the other way, and the defense comes away with a touchdown.
Yeah, catching the ball, Mike, is just step one of the process. After you catch it, you have to put it away and become a ball carrier. And that's where ball security kicks in. In this case, he makes a nice catch, tries to get his eyes downfield to run. They're able to knock the ball out. That leads to the turnover, which leads to 6 points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground with Spears. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
A 1st down throw for Nix. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Here's 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Down the field, he's got his tight end Okonkwo. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 10. A big play here in the big game. 35 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere. They'll go play action with Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Here's Nix to throw. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. Here comes a return from the 5. Oh, yeah. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. First and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And movement up front. And that's our first time tonight to check in with our referee. On second down, Young. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. And he will score. Xavier Legette, touchdown, Panthers. A beautiful combination in the air there, the pass downfield, and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
So, 1 quarter down here on Super Bowl Sunday. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the bootleg, it's Nix. He's got it. That's Burks.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. A run with Spears. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. Back to throw is Nix. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They'll try it now with Spears. And he's going to have a Titans 1st down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on 4th down. Throwing is Nix. And he's got Homer. It's complete. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
Nix now on 1st and 10. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. He'll get this out to the left flat. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the 1st down after a gain of 7.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They'll try and run here with Spears. And he's into the end zone. Tajay Spears. Touchdown Titans. Tyler Bass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Titans move back to within one. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be out of bounds just past the 25. So they come to the line for first down and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he's going to be very close to a first down. That's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short. On play action, Young. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. His first catch of this Super Bowl. And good for the first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
Here's 2nd and 6. Now a give to Walker, running right. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield. To play in a tight one-point game in this first half. Back for more on Super Bowl Sunday after this. Third and 9. Out of the shotgun, Young. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far, they've come out hot in this one.
On fourth down, Young. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
Nix, now to throw it here on first down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now Nick's going to look to throw. This one complete to Palmer. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down. They'll throw. It's Nix. He'll look underneath, and here's Spears. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
3rd and 5. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's taken in by Burks. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice.
It is brought in the end zone. Craig Palmer. Touchdown, Tennessee. Now Baz to tack on the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Titans will open up a 6-point lead. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. He'll air it out down the middle. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender. And you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete. But if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Panthers going to turn things over to the field goal unit. The spot is at their own 49, making this a 61-yard attempt. So we are at halftime here in the Super Bowl. And for the final time this year, we send it to Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. 2 quarters left in the NFL season as we decide a champion. Back underway here at the Super Bowl. He'll be out of bounds beyond the 20-yard line. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Young. Open man downfield is Weekend. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Second and a yard. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. A handoff, running left, it is Walker. Finding space at the 15. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a touchdown. But I don't think he knows yet that this one is... They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Second and 11. Back to throw. Young. This one intercepted. Picked off by Mika Fitzpatrick. He is out of bounds, but that's a nice return to give the offense the ball up past the 45-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Once the quarterback gets flushed out of the pocket, Mike, he has to make a split-second decision. Does he remain a passer and give his guys time downfield to work open? Or does he turn into a runner, just try to pick up some positive yards with his legs? I think in this case, the extra time paid off. Remained a passer, found an open target downfield, and he's able to get the ball to him for a nice completion.
10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll run the toss to Spears. Crazy. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down. The man in motion is Burks. A first down throw for Nix. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
On second down, it's Nix. That's caught by... He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
On third down, they go with Spears. And the Titans are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert on 3rd and 1.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Trey Palmer, touchdown Titans. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. To throw is Nix. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Young. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They run with Walker. Gets to the edge at the 30. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down. A big play here in the big game. An even 40 yards. So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Point after try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Panthers are back to within 7. It's 28-21. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. They'll go play action with Nix. He's able to keep his eyes downfield for the completion. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
On the handoff, this is Spears. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Spears. The offense is out there. 4th and inches. They'll try to run. A hit, and he has lost the football. The Panthers have it.
This one's going to be tough to stomach. I mean, all he has to do is just hold on to the ball, and they've got a fresh set of downs. He was past the yard to gain, but unfortunately, even though they gave up the 1st down initially, the defense was determined to get off the field one way or another, and they found a way to do just that.
Here's a handoff to Walker. Room to run at the 40. Kenneth Walker. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
That's as dynamic a run as you're going to see. He gets really good initial blocking at the point of attack. That springs him loose. But then it's just his speed and open field running that does the rest.
Sure, they're thinking about the decision after the touchdown since they're down 7. But first, they've got to get the TD. It is first down and goal. Here's a run. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Touchdown, Panthers. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line. On the ground, it's Spears to start the drop. Oh, and he will have this at midfield, forced out of bounds there. Great way to start the drop. A gain of 20 and a first down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
First down throw there is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, fourth quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
He'll get this out wide. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they have that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway. And you just have to wonder what that'll do to the energy levels on both sidelines. I mean, you got a chance to break the tie here late, but he just can't connect.
On first and 10, here comes Walker. Down the sideline, past the 45. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Wow, I mean, he's going to be disappointed he wasn't able to take that all the way, but that's still a heck of a run. In the end, after a good tackle to save the touchdown, they're still going to be set up with 1st and goal.
Here is 1st and goal. Once again, it's Walker. A second effort, and he is in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Carolina. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. They'll come up for 1st and 10. The man in motion is Burks. Just under 2 minutes to play on Super Bowl Sunday. We're back to see this one wrap up after this. Here comes 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. He'll air one out for Palmer. He's got it. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Tennessee. With that, he ties the Super Bowl record, his 3rd touchdown of the night. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. Wow, they are hitting now. Been a tight game, and it takes a big shot there on that return. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Young. He's going to look for the home run ball. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mary.
Yo, that was fucking crazy.
Field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Walker. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Second down, 8 for the first down. Now Young. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big third down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have fourth down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Here's a big one. This third down. Out of the shotgun, Young. Whoa! Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Titans have got it.
Just a critical error here, Mike. At this stage in the game, you understand this defense, they are desperate for a stop. They've got to get you off the field, and one of the easiest ways to do it, create a takeaway. You have to secure the ball. Of course, points are great, but none of it matters if you turn the ball over, and these are the kind of mistakes that decide ball games late.
Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
Nick snap on 1st and 10. He'll go right and find his running back. Second down and 8. Working out of the gun. It's Nick. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He connects with Palmer on that one. That's number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They're trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down. Can they find a way to pull this game off here late in the 4th quarter?
Nix now to throw it here on 1st down. There's that man again. Another catch. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. Spear. Not much happening there, just a short game. They'll come up for 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down. So now it's Tyler Bass on in a big spot. This a potential game winner. The Panthers will take their first timeout, and they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Now, a big 3rd down. They'll run. And they've got it on the ground. The mark will come at the 13. But it's a new set of downs. First down picked up. Now, here's a timeout. They will indeed take it with 5 seconds left. Chance for a field goal to win this game. This kick is good. likely will be a game winner.
And that's just got to be a great feeling over on that sideline, Mike. I mean, an excellent job by this offense to give yourself a chance to win it. And then this kick. I mean, what's left to be said? It was never in doubt, and it's going to lead this team to a victory.
And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead, and they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. In motion, it's Jackson. Here we go. One final play. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. And the Titans have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. Commissioner Roger Goodell set to present the Lombardi Trophy to the Tennessee Titans. On top of the world, they are your Super Bowl champions. So that'll do it for another spectacular season of the NFL on EA Sports. For my partner, Greg Olson, and our entire crew, I'm Mike Tirico. We'll do it again come the fall. Till then, so long from the Super Bowl.